This is Tom Fox. I'm the Compliance Evangelist. I hope you will plan to join me this year at Converge 19. Converge is the great conference put on by Conversant, the sponsor of this podcast, and it's in its fourth year of bringing together some of the world's leading companies for 2 days of dynamic speakers, thought-provoking breakout sessions, and opportunities to connect with like-minded professionals. You will leave the conference with new resources and best practices, allowing you to continue the hard work of driving ethics to the center of your business. In this podcast, we visit with some of the upcoming speakers for Converge 19. In this episode, I visit with Valerie Towery, and we preview her talk at Converge 19 on cross-functional collaboration by the compliance function. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox, back for another episode in our preview of speakers at Converge 19. Today, I have with me Anna Aster. She is principal at Heidrick Struggles, and she is going to visit with us about her talk entitled The Future CECO, the Executive Recruiter's Perspective. Anna, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me, and welcome to the podcast.
Oh, my pleasure, Tom. Thanks for having me.
And I was wondering if you could tell our audience a little bit about what your work as a principal at Heidrick Struggles.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to. So I have been with Heidrick about 7 years, where I've focused exclusively on the areas of ethics, compliance, risk, and audit. And much of my work has been in the financial services arena. However, as of late, it's been expanding to other industries.
I was wondering, Anna, if you could give us a preview of your talk, and I would preface it by saying there's a lot of excitement about you coming. We rarely get to hear from your side of the table at these compliance conferences, so I think it's going to be extraordinarily well received.
Well, that's exciting for me. I'd like to have a good audience, and hopefully I've pulled a few people to make sure that the content is of interest and applicable to everyone there. But one of the things that I hope to talk about is, given the field of ethics and compliance continues to evolve, very much driven by the regulatory landscape, I do want to talk about a couple of things. One, what does it take to be the CECO of the future? Another one that I think is going to be a hot topic is, how do you get your profile, your resume, visibility to leadership that's hiring in the market today? Another component of the discussion I hope to cover is a bit of where the demand is, where there's spike in demand for this kind of talent. And a fourth topic would be just the skill sets one would need in order to have the number one seat, what you should be trying to do, both professionally in your current organization and then also externally, whether it's training, learning development, or trying to get some rotational access to other areas of the business that you're in to really be considered a successor to the next CECO. So those are the primary topics, and of course, a big Q&A section where I hope to answer any questions of our attendees.
Well, Anna, I know I've had the chance to visit with a few recruiters over the years, and the process, my fear is the process is, I don't want to say opaque, but many compliance practitioners, and probably most law department employees and other business professionals, really don't understand the process at all. So I'm really hoping you can help them understand the process they need to be prepared to go through, and what they can do now to prepare themselves if they do enter that process.
Yeah, absolutely. Hoping to touch base just on the world of recruiting. I actually came from the industry myself, having worked at GE Capital before coming into the recruiting side in compliance and risk. So knew nothing about the world of recruiting. So plan to really just start from step 0 to 10 and go through who are the different recruiters out there, who are the ones that have a reputation in compliance, or the ones that will actually have relevant compliance and ethics roles for the audience to genuinely consider, and the difference between the contingency and retain model, and when you should really reach out to one firm versus another, and then actually how to get on the radar of the right people. So hopefully that will make a very, well, at least for me, a once confusing landscape a little bit more accessible to anyone that's looking at it for the first time.
And I believe you're in New York City, is that right?
That is right.
What do you see sort of on the worldwide basis? Is this an area that is growing for people like yourself and recruiters in the compliance space, or is it still primarily a U.S.-centric model?
Oh, no. So we actually have counterparts both in the UK, in Asia Pacific, and in Australia. Uh, the regulatory landscape in some of the other regions, particularly in Australia, as of late, has been very much focused on compliance and ethics, conduct, and broader enterprise risk themes. So there is an appetite, a huge volume of appetite globally, and actually more so globally than I'm even seeing in the U.S.
Well, Anna, unfortunately, we're near the end of our time for this podcast, but it sounds like a fascinating discussion. As I said, I believe there's a lot of buzz already about your presentation, and frankly, I'm looking forward to meeting you and hearing your remarks at Converge 19. So thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me.
Well, thank you, Tom, for having me. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to the conference as well.
Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox again. I hope you plan to join me for Converge 19. It's going to be a great conference, probably one of the top conferences of this year, both in terms of educational sessions, breakout sessions, and individual moderated conversations. I know you will enjoy it. I have a few discount codes available for complimentary passes to Converge 19. So if you're interested, please email me at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. You can find out more information about the conference on the show notes that accompany this podcast.